Congressman Lou Correa, a Democrat representing Orange County. California, the heart of American manufacturing and one of the nation's largest tax-contributing districts, sat across from ICE official Mr. Lyons and asked a devastatingly simple question. How does deporting a nanny, a father of Marines, make America stronger? What followed was 5 minutes of evasion, deflection, and silence, the kind of silence that speaks louder than any talking point this administration has ever produced.
From California, Mr. Correa, 5 minutes of questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to welcome our witnesses today. Gentlemen, wanted to start out by talking a little bit about my district, Southern California, Disneyland. Southern California is the center of manufacturing for the United States. California, biggest ag state in the Union. California, also, big donor, taxpayer dollars to the United States. President Trump got elected on the promise to deport the worst of the worst. Your numbers, Mr. Lyons, less than 14% of those arrested by ICE first year, 2025, had charges or convictions of violence. 70% of those deported had not even a traffic ticket. Mr. Lyons, I think we're all patriots, but I'm trying to figure out how, this is a question to you, sir, how deporting a nanny makes our nation safer, stronger, how trying to deport the father of 3 Marines make this country stronger, how deporting the parents of a number of Marines at Camp Pendleton makes this nation stronger.
Sir, thank you for your welcome, first off. Just to address your the numbers with the 14%, sir, that's 14% that are listed as violent criminal felonies. However, what's left out of that is the fact that what's left off that list—
those 70% that don't have a traffic ticket and deported, how has that made our nation stronger?
Sir, if you look at what ICE has done, more than 60% of every individual that is in ICE custody has a pending or a conviction on a criminal charge. Not to count—
Sir, let me move ahead. I only have 3 minutes, and we'll talk later.
Sir.
Let's talk about American citizens. Again, back home. Young people asking me, what do I have to carry with me so I won't be deported? Is, Mr. Lyons, carrying a passport, is that enough so they won't be detained or deported in my district?
Sir, an American citizen shouldn't carry or shouldn't feel the need to carry—
Let me tell you what some of your ICE agents have done. They pulled over a gentleman in a pickup truck, showed his passport, they threw it to the side, detained him. What do we have to do to show that we're American citizens?
Sir, no American citizen falls under Title VIII. No American citizen will be arrested for being an American citizen.
But you just said to my colleague that nobody has been fired because of violations of the law for disciplinary actions, yet this is happening in my district. Mr. Lyons, we're a very boring district. We work hard, mind our own business. ICE in our streets now. People are terrorized. American citizens. Number of cases of Americans being detained, being taken in, some being held for 5 days. Sir, what do we do with those people in that situation? What do we tell them?
Sir, I don't know of any particular cases you're speaking of American citizen being—
I'm more than happy to provide you a list, sir.
100%, sir.
So let me ask you, sir, are you surveilling U.S. citizens today?
No, sir.
Those people protesting, practicing this First Amendment right, photos of them, data taken, they're not being placed in any kind of a database?
There is no database for protesters, sir.
One of your officers in Maine said to one of the individuals protesting, we're going to put your face in a little database. What does that mean? Do you have a little database of Americans?
No, sir, we don't.
Then what do you think your ICE agent was doing to this individual when he said those statements?
I can't speak for that individual, sir, but I can assure you there is no database that's tracking United States citizens.
Sir, California, we're a sanctuary state. Does that cause you a problem picking up individuals?
Yes, sir.
I have with me today some data from Sheriff Barnes, Orange County Sheriff, very good friend. He's been here to testify numerous times. For 2025, he referred about 300 individuals for your office to pick up. 250 were picked up, 50 were never picked up. We had a long conversation saying, what is going on? If these are the worst of the worst, you've called ICE to pick them up and you didn't pick them up. Can you explain to us why you didn't pick up all these individuals that were referred to your office to pick up?
Yes, sir. That's the key part of that is the referral. We make sure that those individuals are eligible to be placed in detention and for movability. So
You
in that
never
case, it would
even
be-
looked at
Gentlemen's
those
time's-
individuals.
Gentlemen's time's
I would like to
expired.
talk to you about this issue later on, Mr. Lyons.
Gentlemen's
Thank you very
time
much.
has expired. I now recognize the gentleman from Texas, Mr.
5 minutes. That's all Congressman Correa had. 5 minutes to ask the most fundamental questions about what this administration is doing in the name of national security, and 5 minutes was more than enough to expose the hollow core of this entire operation. An elected representative, speaking on behalf of one of the most productive, most tax-generating districts in the United States of America, asked the Director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement a straightforward question. How does deporting people with no criminal record, not a felony, not a misdemeanor, not even a traffic ticket, make this country safer? And the answer he received was not an answer at all. It was deflection dressed in bureaucratic language. Mr. Lyons sat before that committee and cited statistics. 60% of those in ICE custody, he claimed, have pending or convicted criminal charges. But here's what he didn't address. The other 40%. The nannies. The fathers. The mothers of United States Marines, young men and women who raised their right hand and swore to defend this nation with their lives. Their parents are now being hunted in the same streets their children swore to protect. Camp Pendleton, one of the most storied Marine bases in American history, sits in Congressman Correa's district. And the parents of the Marines who serve there are being targeted for removal. But it got worse. Congressman Correa raised something that should send a chill down the spine of every American, regardless of your politics, regardless of where your family came from. Young people, American citizens, born and raised, are now asking their elected representatives, what do I need to carry so I won't be deported from my own country? In the United States of America, in 2025, American citizens are afraid to leave their homes without documentation proving they belong here. A man showed his passport, a United States passport, to ICE agents, and they threw it aside and detained him anyway. Mr. Lyons' response? No American citizen falls under Title VIII. And the distance between what this administration says and what this administration does is becoming a canyon. And then came the question about surveillance. Are you surveilling American citizens? No, sir, Mr. Lyons said. There is no database for protesters, he assured us. And yet, in Maine, an ICE officer told a protester, an American exercising their First Amendment right, we're going to put your face in a little database. Mr. Lyons couldn't explain it. He wouldn't explain it. He simply said, I can't speak for that individual. And finally, perhaps the most quietly damning moment of this entire exchange, the case of Orange County Sheriff Barnes. A law enforcement ally, a cooperative partner, a man who has testified before Congress multiple times in support of immigration enforcement. He referred 300 individuals to ICE people his department identified as priorities for removal. ICE picked up 250. 50 were simply ignored, left in the community. If these were truly the worst of the worst, as this administration loves to say, why were 50 of them not worth picking up? Mr. Lyons' explanation that they needed to verify eligibility only raises more questions. If your own law enforcement partners can't rely on you to act on their referrals, then what exactly is the system doing? Who is it serving? Because it is clearly not serving public safety. It appears to be serving a political agenda, one that prioritizes visible raids on soft targets over the hard, unglamorous work of actual criminal enforcement.